Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of the TW9 series here on the channel as we are back with Sin City Grappling, and it is a one show event here for this episode as we'll be ending out the year in the next episode, and we'll be running a double shot as far as nights 12 and then 13, which boy, these last three shows very much rounding out what is going to be our end of our first year, and we have some exciting news to talk about for sure as far as what's going on with the schedule and whatnot. It's kind of weird. Night 11 here, it's kind of a bit of a hodgepodge of announcing what's going to happen for 12 and 13, but also giving guys a chance to really gain some momentum and try and get things squared away as far as from their records perspective before the end out of the year. As we have an angle that we'll talk about, basically, what again, how we kind of been starting some of the shows with kind of the videos that we would have probably aired on the YouTube channel before this actual show runs, just so everybody kind of understands where the product is going, because we've done that a good bit now. We didn't do it for night 10, because obviously that was the fallout of the Mendoza brothers, Marcus May and Blackwell Bush, loser leaves Sin matchup. But there's a little bit of as far as the announcement there of the actual loser leaves town, or loser leaves Sin matchup. Then here's the announcement of the Sin City Street Fight. Yeah, we just do it a good bit there. As far as, there's the footage from night 6. Oh, I didn't do it a whole lot here. Yeah, there's just the crowd promo with the Mendoza boys. Yeah, as far as from that perspective, pretty cool, pretty. Hell yeah, there's an interview with me, with Marcus Mahan. But yeah, as far as it's something that I think is just easily done for us, because it can realistically be done anywhere. All we just need is a office and a camera. As far as like an iPhone, we could do that on anywhere. As far as that's a pretty easy spot to go at, and we could probably just film it after we've ran our Night of Sin shows and just kind of get the next program ready as from that perspective. So as far as basically that angle, we'll just go ahead and talk about it now, because it will lead to a lot of things anyway, so it just will save us time to explain it when we get there. So it's hyping up the end of the year. The Sin City Grappling first year, the promotion was all about the purity of seeing two guys battle it out in the ring in a competition, to seeing who's the better grappler, who's the better fighter, who's the toughest, who's the baddest. The breadth of fresh competition for guys to really prove their talents in the ring. And obviously the Mendoza brothers did not abide by those rules, cheating, interfering, muttering the waters, if you will, of Sin City Grappling. And now that they're gone, it's time to go back to what it's all about, the pure wrestling, the competition of it all, to see who's the best, and the toughest of the tough, to see who's who's real and who's not, who's just all talk and who's about that action. And what better way to do that when to end out the year as Night of Sin 13, we'll be crowning our first champion. And this is when I would pull the belt out from under the desk and place it front and center on the desk. The beautiful BMF belt. As, boy, that did come out a lot better than I anticipated, to be honest. Because when I was getting it together, I was like, it might not look so well. But luckily, it's just a small picture, so you can't really tell a lot of the shitty details of it. If it was a lot bigger, you'd be like, oh my god, there's so much things wrong with it. But here, it looks great. As the BMF title, quote, the bad motherfucker, the baddest motherfucker in Sin. To crown our first champion on night 12, we'll be seeing 4 men who have just been on a warpath right now, who have been some of the most successful fighters in the company. It's 4 men. We'll be seeing the Big Bad Wolf, Walter Tagg, the man who has the quickest knockout in the company's history, and the Big Man, will be taking on the winner of the very first Kumite, Jules the Sandman Knight. Pound for pound, the toughest motherfucker here. He is giving up a lot of weight, a lot of size, but he's used to that because he proved it by winning the goddamn one-night tournament as far as in the Kumite bout. And that's a huge bout there. Very much a David versus Goliath endeavor. On the other side, on that same show, night 12, we'll see Scary Terry Roundtree taking on the human weapon Rob Edwards. As both those matches, first-time meetings for Jules the Sandman Knight, of course, is coming off of now fucking, 4 or 5 nights now of not losing. Because, yeah, he's, let's just go right to him with this. He's 3-1, but his last loss was to Rob Reynolds, as far as that night 4. Of course, had the incredible matchups at Kumite, beat Kinoshi Kawamura and Kerry Fry after that, and then had the time of the draw with Scary Terry at Night of Sin 9. Hasn't lost since February. So he is on an absolute tear. But yeah, 5'11", 216. But you know, he might be the smallest guy out there. He's got the biggest fight out of anyone. He's got heart, and he is somebody that can bring it any chance he gets, especially against Walter Tagg, Big Bad Wolf himself, who had his loss in his debut against John Snyder. Ever since then, though, he's been on a warpath. They actually had the loss with Rob Edwards, but again, that was a Kumite bout, so it's not technically a sanctioned Night of Sin bout, but of course had the Rob Reynolds knockout, beat John Snyder. He's he's won 3 in a row. If you don't count the Kumite bouts, obviously it's just 2 in a row, but to go into a matchup as a 6'4", 266-pound favorite against somebody like Jules the Sandman Knight, you gotta think that he would have the same result as he did against Rob Reynolds. As for Scary Terry, and as far as the human weapon Rob Edwards, with Scary Terry, of course, he is also, as far as has not lost yet, 3-0 and 1, of course, had the draw, of course, with Jules Knight, so he's coming off of that draw. Just beat Tobias Bastio at night 10. Then you had the Kumite bouts, which he lost to Jules Knight, obviously, which was the semifinals. It wasn't even the finals. But other than that, as far as he's gotten wins in Sin City grappling matchups, has not lost yet in a Sin City grappling matchup. So it's kind of crazy to think, out of all these guys, and Rob Edwards, of course, has not lost either, 4 of the guys involved, 2 of them have lost, but even though, if you combine everybody's losses in a Sin City grappling matchup, 2 losses out of 4 men, can't really beat that as far as to crown our first champion. And the Sin City grappling BMF belt, the bad motherfucker belt. It's an open weight belt. It is truly a who really is the baddest motherfucker here. That you can go in and night out, no matter who's involved. If it's somebody bigger than you, if it's 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, whatever it may be, you are here as the champion, and you're ready, and you're willing and able to defend that belt 24/7, 365. That kind of idea of that belt, and doesn't matter when or where. As far as it might be a Sin City street fight, it might be in Kumite, you never know. As far as from that regard, so it's a fun, I think, first belt to crown our champions at the end, and that's also Night of Sin, Lucky 13, December 13th. It'll be on Tuesday, which is kind of funny because Night of Sin 11 here, it's on the 11th here of October. So yeah, those are the 2. Basically, you could say it's a mini tournament, if you will. But really, it's just taking the 4 best records that the company has right now, having those guys compete to crown our first winner of the BMF title. And to go into the next year with a champion of mine, I think that's going to be a great way to help gather interest and make sure we know who's going to be in the main event, because obviously it's probably going to be that title matchup. I feel like this is a great way to do it, too. Because by that point, realistically speaking, I would say, because, Rob Edwards, if he were to win, he'd still would be at 3-1. So maybe he would not actually jump at the 5. But, like, Jules Knight, if he wins, or if Big Bad Wolf Walter Tag or Scary Terry, even for that matter, if they go on to win in on night 12 and then they go on to win the title matchup at night 13, they'll actually finish out the year 5-1, or in as far as with one draw, haven't lost yet. Or for obviously Jules Knight, he will be 5-1 with the one loss. However, this it all comes down again to the human weapon, Rob Edwards. He has a chance to throw a monkey wrench into this. This is what it's all about for him as far as to be potentially the first BMF champion. You got somebody kind of from all over the world. You got Walter Tagg, who's been in the Northwest. Of course, Scary Terry, local guy. Been a SoCal guy. As actually, yeah, I was supposed to say, yeah, he is actually from Long Beach as far as, so that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome to have a bit of a local guy. A stone throw away, as far as, and then obviously Jules Knight being, as far as he's a bit away from home, of course, from Oklahoma. And then, of course, Rob Edwards from Australia. So we got a bit of a international flavor as well with that. But that's as far as nights 12 and 13. The actual night tonight here, night 11, this is a chance for really everybody to showcase their talents. Looking to break out of that kind of 500 record, because a lot of the matches you'll be seeing tonight, I think the main and co-main, are going to have guys that have the same records, whether it's 2-2-1 or 2-2. They're looking to get into a winning record, and also for some talent, they're they got 2 or 3 fight losing streak. They're looking to gain some momentum and potentially carry that to the new year, and even potentially fight for a job for some of these guys. So that's just kind of the game plan here. That's what we have planned. So yeah, we can just get right into the show now. We will be seeing some new talent on night 12. Not sure about night 13 yet, but I know for sure night 12 we'll be seeing a debut or two. But the night offs, I actually gave Goro Hatamoto more time off than I wanted to. He's actually not going to be here for the next show either because of that. But as far as trying to think, Rob Reynolds rather, I still want him getting knocked out as quickly as he did. So we'll give him the night off. Everybody else, we'll just keep for now. It is what it is. I think we'll be fine. They want us in Riverside. Not gonna happen. As, oh yeah, no, not the warehouse. Oh my god. Oh, the Piper, the Piper Casino. I was like, oh my god. There we go. As, oh, no pre-show incidents? Oh my god. Oh, that's right, it's gonna be a locker room incident that we gotta worry about. Again, we're good on that. Locker room incident. Hey, Nigel Simpson turned up very late. At least no one has fought yet. Hey, there we go. That's what happens, though. Good things happen. We can't really do the team bonding. Yeah, probably shouldn't do the open form. Let's pull a rib on somebody, yeah? Let's pull on Esteban. Hey. There we go. Nothing like pulling a rib on the ref. I feel like that's the best way of going about it. We had 100 people for Night of Sin 10, so we'll see if we can get... I know they said it was going to be 99 people, but hopefully we get 100. So basically what I just did is what would be this video here. So hyping up what's going to happen in the next couple of months, and also laying out the plans for tonight. So yeah, pre-show thing. So the main event, Marcus Mahan, Nigel Stevenson, 2-2-1, 2-2-1 for both men. They're looking to get out of that 500 range, and Nigel Stevenson is going to get the win too, and he will jump up to 3-2-1. As far as I feel like he's one of the better guys we have on our roster. He's been phenomenal for us. He's had some big time matches, and as of late, he is on a little. He's been all over the world, but yeah, he just beat Kiyoshi Kawamura. Of course, he beat Sergio Mendoza as well before that, which that was even though that was at the Kumite bouts, that was a regular match. So kind of crazy to think he's on a little win streak right now after losing to Pedro Mendoza night 4. So yeah, I mean, he's doing pretty well for himself. But yeah, obviously been working in Japan. He might actually be in the top 500, which would be great for us because we get a roll if that's the case. But he's been fantastic. Gonna get the win there over Marcus Mahan, and I had a feeling this was gonna happen because yeah, they are both our agents. So luckily we have Kato here to do that. Which I think our co-main event is going to be this matchup: Kerry Fry, Tobias Bastio. So both men are kind of looking for one man. He's looking to continue above being 500 in Kerry Fry, classic Kerry Fry. And for the scary scientist, Tobias Bastio, he's looking to jump out of that hole and become 500, which he will when he gets the win here against Kerry Fry, which I want to just make that a regular matchup. Should be a good matchup, though. I think stylistically they match up pretty well. Relatively same size. Tobias Bastio's 252. I think Kerry Fry's 242. 234. Close enough. So it's a pretty even affair. But yeah, that's going to be a nice matchup for them. Then I believe Blackwell Bush and Ray Cavallero. Yes, this is the next 500 matchup here. As far as both guys are going to get out of that, which Blackwell Bush will in fact get the win. It's kind of crazy. He's only had this will be his third Sin City grappling match. Of course, he's had multiple matches already. He had the street fight, had the bout with, of course, the Mendoza brothers for night 10. So it's kind of crazy to think he's only had 3 actual Sin City grappling matches as far as sanctioned matches. But as far as, and hopefully he gets into the 40s like he did with the Pedro Mendoza matchup. We'll see, though. It should be a pretty good little matchup because they are, again, similar size, 230, 238, right? Was Blackwell Bush? Yeah. So relatively same size. 5-minute matchup, too, so we'll see there. And then for Kato Morimasa and John Snyder, so this is the guys that are looking to get a massive win. Both guys are on a losing streak here. Kato Morimasa is 1-3-1. Now going to be jumping up to 2-3-1 with the win over John Snyder, who is unfortunately now 1-3. It's kind of crazy. Again, he debuted beating John Walter, Jesus, I just combined John Snyder and Walter Tag and just created fucking Ring of Honor feller in John Walter. But should be a decent little matchup here. Another first time meeting too, which I think all these matches are first time meetings. So that's nice to see. But yeah, Kato Morimasa getting the win. Oh, we have him as the agent. Let that be, yeah, we'll just have that be Nigel. John Snyder a little unhappy about. Then the opening contest, Sugar Mano and Guillotine Roberto Ayala, as Guillotine will get the win here. I'm assuming with the Guillotine choke. Jumping up now to 3-2 above 500 as Sugar Amano now 1-4. Tough break there. And really for Amano, I think it's really going to come down to, he's going to be 1-4. He still has 2 more shows to maybe change it and turn it around, but it's not looking good for him. He might be someone that's going to get cut. We haven't really had that happen yet. We had just the Mendoza brothers losing in the loser leaves sin match, but I think he's going to be the first guy that gets cut. Right now his record's not looking too good. I just feel like that's kind of for the best, honestly. But for the show itself, I mean, again, we are not booking as far as none of the guys that are in the Final 4 match. We're not booking Kinoshi Kawamura and Michelle Bernard either, which might be a mistake. I was hoping, actually, we might even have. So, trying to see. I don't see him. Because we are bringing in somebody from the Southwest, so I was thinking maybe we could have him just debut on this show. But I don't see him, yeah. But I am probably going to use Al Coleman in the future. I don't know if we'll do it tonight, but, yeah, it's, I figured maybe we'd be able to use him, but I don't see him, yeah. Oh, well, no big deal. I figured we probably couldn't because, I thought about using Luke Steele, too, but his stats are not really great either. But, yeah, there's, trying to think. I was torn between Al Coleman, and I forget the other person from the Southwest. But I'm not seeing him. So, yeah. But, yeah, not as far as we'll go away from that. I think the show's going to go over pretty well. I mean, last show, of course, was 47. I'm hoping we can break back into the 50s. It's been a while. Literally, Night of Sin 5. So, be nice. Be nice to get back into that frame of mind. As far as the off-screen there for the men involved, boy, I stunk at this one, though, as far as could not cut a promo. Yeah, new championship. Yeah, 101 people. Perfect. Awesome stuff there. So Kato Mormasa does in fact beat John Snyder with a choke sleeper. Choked him out. That's kind of crazy. We probably should have had our guy that's trained in hand-to-hand combat and shit like that to get choked out like that, but it is what it is. 2-3-1 though for Kato Mormasa, getting the win, and it got the show off to a strong start too. So can't really beat that, and it got the crowd hotter. The 41 for Sugar Amano and Roberto Ayala, the Guillotine Man. The other win should have been with the Guillotine, but yeah, Sugar Amano completely destroyed him. Probably should have got the win there. But that's alright. As far as now, going to be 3-2 for Roberto Ayala. 1-4 though for Sugar Amano. Tough break there. Goddamn, a 24. Blackwell Bush though does get the win. The inverted cloverleaf. Ray Cavallero, not great as far as with his rating with a 24. Kind of crazy that this was only a 24 for the segment, but at least Blackwell Bush did well and gets the win. 48 for Classic Kerry Fry and Tobias Bastio, which Bastio does win with a triangle choke right before the 10-minute mark, beating Kerry Fry, who is, again, as far as now jumping up to 500 is Tobias Bastio, while Kerry Fry drops down to 500, but both guys did pretty well. 48. Can't beat that for what we're trying to go for. In our main event, 43. As Nigel Savinson with a hyper-extension arm lock. Crowd was actually pretty hot for it. Just Marcus Mann wasn't that great. But you know what? For not having really of our top 4 guys on this card, not really bad. And just really the locker room morale. If we can get that situated, boy, we'll be rolling. But, the match did well. Just the Blackwell Bush one. And Ray Cavallero kind of stunk, but can't tell me 48, 44s, 2 41s and the 43. Majority of that show did pretty well for us. And we increased the popularity, so it couldn't have been all bad. Because Snyder's alone happy about losing. Just in case I don't want to scare him off or anything. Sugar Amano, again, he was fantastic tonight. Didn't need to be in his matchup, but put those guys over. And, again, financially, we should have done alright. Oh, my God. God, we're still paying for a lot of fucking travel. A lot of those contracts we've been trying to change to get rid of that. It's been hard, though. But we're making about $400, basically $420-some for ticket sales and merch. And that's basically covering the cost of the show. So basically, we're just netting the pay and the marketing. So it's not too terrible. It's not great, but, increased on our popularity, too. So that's nice. We'll get there. We'll get there. We just gotta keep it going. Keep gaining momentum. We gotta get back again to what really brought us to the dance with the pure matches and the non-interference stuff. And that's really been going well for us. We have not, again, that was the first night back after getting rid of the Mendoza brothers. We're basically losing about $1,000 a month, which is not terrible. It's definitely better than what we were doing in the beginning, but still got a ways to go. Still some morale issues. Got to fix that. And once we get that situated again, it'll be kind of rocking and rolling. And so we'll catch you guys next time, as the next episode will be a doubleheader. We'll see both nights 12 and 13. And then to end out the year, we'll do a roll, because it will, of course, be the beginning of year 2. So that's going to be awesome. Hopefully we get another roll with somebody being in the top 500. That'd be great. But, yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.